Carthage was an ancient city-state located on the coast of North Africa, near modern-day Tunis, Tunisia. It was founded in the 9th century BCE and quickly grew into a powerful maritime empire that dominated the western Mediterranean for centuries. The Carthaginians were Phoenician settlers who established a trading empire that extended across the Mediterranean, including colonies in Spain, Africa, Sardinia, and Sicily. Carthage was a major commercial hub, with a thriving trade network that connected it to the rest of the ancient world. One of the key factors in Carthage's rise to power was its control of trade routes and its mastery of seafaring. The Carthaginians established a far-reaching trade network that extended from the western Mediterranean to the coast of West Africa and beyond, trading goods such as textiles, metals, and spices. This wealth and economic power gave Carthage a strong bargaining position in its dealings with other nations. The Carthaginians also showed a willingness to use diplomacy and treaties to achieve their goals. They formed alliances with other states and made strategic marriages to secure their power and influence. They also engaged in bribery and other forms of political maneuvering to gain the upper hand in negotiations. However, most impressive of all was their military prowess and tactics. The Carthaginian war machines were an important aspect of their military capabilities and contributed to their success in battles against the Roman Empire and other opponents. The Carthaginians were known for their innovative use of technology in warfare, and their war machines were considered some of the most advanced and effective of the ancient world. One of the most prominent of these machines was the ballistae. Ballistae were large crossbows that could launch large projectiles, such as stones and arrows, over walls and fortifications with great accuracy and force. The size and power of these machines was formidable, with some weighing as much as 2 tons and having a range of over 400 meters. Ballistae were often used to lay siege to enemy cities and fortifications, making them an important part of the Carthaginian military strategy. Another weapon used by the Carthaginians was the catapults. Catapults were powerful engines that could hurl stones, burning materials, and other projectiles over walls and fortifications, causing significant damage to enemy positions. The largest catapults were capable of hurling boulders weighing up to 150 kilograms over distances of up to 300 meters. These machines were often used in combination with other weapons, such as ballistae, to lay siege to enemy cities and wear down their defenses. The Carthaginians also used towers in their sieges, often building them higher than the walls of the enemy city to give their soldiers an advantage in battle. These towers were equipped with ramps and ladders, making it possible for soldiers to climb to the top and engage in hand-to-hand combat with defenders. The use of towers also allowed the Carthaginians to bypass the walls and directly attack the enemy's defenders, putting additional pressure on the enemy's defenses. In addition to these weapons, the Carthaginians were also known for their use of war elephants, which were used to great effect in their battles against the Roman Empire. These massive beasts were trained to charge into battle, causing fear and panic among enemy soldiers, and were equipped with armor to protect them from arrows and other projectiles. The Carthaginians' use of war elephants was innovative and effective, and they became a hallmark of their military capabilities. Carthage's advanced weaponry and tactics were tested against Rome in a series of wars that spanned across 100 years. The Punic Wars were a series of 3 major wars fought by the states of Rome and Carthage, 2 of the largest powers in the western Mediterranean, from 264 BCE to 146 BCE. The Punic Wars had a lasting impact on the ancient world and shaped the course of Roman and Carthaginian history. The First Punic War, from 264 BCE to 241 BCE, was fought primarily in Sicily and lasted for 23 years. The conflict was sparked by disputes over control of Sicily, which was rich in resources and strategically located between the 2 powers. Rome and Carthage engaged in a series of battles and sieges, with Carthage initially having the upper hand. However, Rome's superior naval power eventually allowed them to gain the advantage, and they were able to secure a decisive victory and gain control of Sicily. The Second Punic War, from 218 BCE to 201 BCE, was fought between Carthage and Rome and was much larger in scale than the first conflict. The war was sparked by the ambitions of Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca, who sought to expand Carthaginian territory and control over the western Mediterranean. Hannibal famously led an army over the Alps and into Italy, where he won a series of victories against the Roman army. Despite his initial success, Hannibal was ultimately defeated by Rome and forced to retreat back to Carthage. The Third Punic War, from 149 BCE to 146 BCE, was the final conflict between Rome and Carthage. The war was sparked by tensions over Carthaginian expansion in North Africa and Rome's desire to secure its southern border. The conflict was brief but intense, with Rome launching a full-scale invasion of Carthage. The city was eventually sacked and burned to the ground, and the Carthaginian people were sold into slavery. The destruction of Carthage marked the end of the Punic Wars and solidified Rome's dominance over the western Mediterranean. Despite their advanced weaponry and tactics, the Carthage Empire was ultimately defeated and fell to the reign of their Roman Empire. However, their weapons were used by future civilizations and remain evidence of the advanced technology of the ancient world.